made in China. Yeah, hustle, loyalty, respect, right? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of
Mark Out Mafia.
I'm your host, Ron.
I'm Daryl.
And this is John Cena.
You can't see him now, can ya?
And we're here today to review and rant about RAW.
Yeah, we got lots of notes. There's actually a better RAW, openers and closers.
Let's talk
the
about
middle.
The middle?
Yeah.
The middle was like, a grilled cheese that's been sitting on the stove for a couple hours.
It's pretty two really good pieces of bread.
Yeah.
CEO Paul is in the middle of the ring.
Yes. And he's basically blaming you guys for something. I guess he's blaming you for for what? Daniel Bryan's demise.
Yeah, it's you made me do this type thing. Like, it's your fault. I'm going to destroy Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I tried to protect him because he's just a B+ player.
Yeah, it's kind of like the parrot saying, "It's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you."
But like, I try to teach you all these lessons by beating you for the last 8 months, but you just don't get it. So I want to do it myself now. And so then, Bautista's music hits, skinny jeans and all,
And duck lips.
He's like big from like here, and his legs like he's one of those guys that only does upper body.
Yep. He's built like my dad and my aunt.
Oh,
It's scary. Yeah.
so he's whining and crying, blah blah blah. Orton,
Here comes Orton. Takes him 45 minutes to get to the ring.
he started it last week. He's like, and this is where he asked Triple H for a no DQ match with Daniel Bryan. That's pretty decent. He's complaining about he's like, I don't really have to get pinned to lose my title at WrestleMania. Yeah. Which is, he's got a valid point, I guess. And then, once again, Triple H's like, so you guys don't think I could beat him? So, then that's when Batista and Orton start arguing in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Trips gets all kinds of pissed off. The old, pissed off, heel Triple H turns around and goes off. That's when he's getting out of the ring. He turned around, stepped on the bottom rope, and it's like, you know what? I'm sick of all you Hollywood actors coming back and trying to tell me how to run my company. I'm like, oh shit.
No, Bautista's not technically a Hollywood actor. He's a wrestler who's in movies. I'm not gonna give him that credit to be an actor.
Well, maybe I shoot at the Rock. Actually, I thought that was pretty decent.
It was a good segment. It was.
Because I was like vintage Triple, as Michael Cole, vintage Triple H.
Michael Cole is my top candidate to get backhanded with a gauntlet. I just patong. Download your teeth.
That's how the show opened. Commercial break, and then they come back, and it's Renee Young's like, Batista. It's like, but that's what Batista says. Coming back was a
Big mistake.
and walks out. Like,
Hey,
rah, rah, rah.
You're not the only one that thinks that. We all think it was a big mistake. Well, actually, in the great scope of things, it's probably the best thing that happened to WrestleMania, actually. Because had you not come back, the hatred wouldn't have boiled over. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't have been put in the main event. And Daniel Bryan wouldn't have had a chance to main event. And
if he would have came back, maybe Punk would still be there. Maybe.
See what you did?
The Real Americans versus the Usos.
Ooh!
Oh.
Ooh! Oh, it's oos.
Oos.
Couscous. So I watched the match. There was some pretty
It's pretty entertaining. There's some good high spots.
Yeah, there was by Cesaro and one of the Usos. I can't
Jimmy or Jay.
Yeah, just pick one.
They do have different tattoos. So if you know what tattoos, you probably know who they are.
I'm sure their girlfriends have other ways of telling.
Yes. Swagger got thrown out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they do, they're running around in a circle. We're going to both go. You go that way, I go this way. So one goes that way, jumps, dive bombs into Swagger.
Yep,
and that's when the other one goes the other way to get Cesaro. Cesaro comes up, boom! The uppercut.
Nails him.
And then puts him in the neutralizer, lights out.
That was sick.
That was pretty sweet. That might have been the move of the night.
And kudos to the Usos for giving the Real Americans props on Twitter. Because they just said, we'll get you next match. They weren't all pissy about it. They got beat by the better team. And it was a clean match. They went out for clean. So,
I think it's probably to help Cesaro's push.
Yeah, because he's basically a face. He's in a heel faction, but he's a face to the crowd. As soon as he picks somebody up for the swing, everybody, yeah! So we come back from Slam City and Pizza Rolls to Kane and the Shield.
Backstage, right.
And basically, Kane's pissed off because the Shield's not eating out of the Authority's hand anymore.
Yeah, so they're going rogue. They're doing what's best for business.
Yes, the Shield always does what's best for business.
We got that little confrontation like, can Authority trust Shield? Because if I can't trust you, then the Authority can't trust you, and if the Authority can't trust you, you're no longer needed. There's something to that fact.
The Authority's anywhere near these segments, or even I don't think they care about Kane. They're just like, you know what?
I just think like Corporate Kane was a failure.
Oh, tremendous failure. But you know what? What's funny about Corporate Kane is he and his wife own an insurance agency.
I saw the ad. That's pretty sweet.
So all he is he just came dressed from the insurance agency to the show.
He's probably selling guys insurance out there.
Yeah, he's probably got the whole roster insured. Oh, and we can't have a St. Patty's Day show without our gimmick match.
Hornswoggle's out there giving all kinds of gifts to the guys at ringside. That's when we got Bad News Barrett.
I'm starting to like this guy for some reason.
He comes out just talking about how, all Americans going to do on St. Patty's Day is get drunk, go home and puke their guts out all night.
Which is basically true.
Pretty much what people do on St. Patty's Day.
And if you're an atheist, you don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Come on!
And that's when we have the Sheamus versus Titus O'Neil in the St. Patty's Day Showdown.
5-finger stinker. I'd like to call that match.
Yeah, Christian was at the...
He was at commentary.
Yeah, it was kind of... They just talked over the whole match, which is, that match, there wasn't really anything to call as much. Is this a big beatdown for Titus O'Neil anyway?
Yeah.
Sheamus spins, bro kick, blah blah.
Bro kick, blah.
I give the match half a shamrock.
I gave it a 1-leaf clover.
Nice.
Sheamus did enter himself into the Andre the Giant 30-man battle royal at the end of this match.
Yeah, that's go because Renee Young's like, oh, St. Patty's Day, blah 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 blah. And that's when Christian attacks him after the match, hits the
kill switch.
Kill switch on the floor. That's pretty sweet.
We have a video montage of Arnold Schwarzenegger going to be on Raw next. Yeah, Arnold looks exceptionally crazy and sweaty in this clip. I'm like, he's like that uncle at the family reunion who wants to give you a hug and he's breathing real hard.
Let me give you a hug.
You know what would be really cool is if the Shield came out and triple powerbombed him. Maria! There he goes.
No!
It's not a tumor. If you want to win, come with me. What? So Cena comes out for his 21st century say your prayers and take your vitamins speech.
God. I respect the crowd for booing me. Because you guys have your opinion and you every night. We're like a little married couple, sometimes it's good, sometimes bad. Then he did admit that he was afraid of Bray Wyatt. Afraid that the crowd will start believing what Bray Wyatt's preaching.
Like he's trying to save us from David Koresh or something.
Right. Which is at this point, I'd probably follow David Koresh over John Cena anyway.
I would mark out.
I'd definitely go with the guy with all the guts.
Bray Wyatt's vignettes and promos are riddled with bits of truth from life. And it may sound cryptic and weird, but poetically, I analyze shit like this. It makes sense.
So, that's when he's like, I'm fighting for my legacy at WrestleMania. So help me God. I'm sitting there holding on, like, there's no way he's going to lose. Because he's fighting for his legacy. He's going to have another fucking WrestleMania moment.
You know what? Here's how you become a legend. I don't walk in the room. I don't walk up to there and go, I'm a legend. Respect my legacy. That makes me an egomaniac.
Hey, all you young guys, you want to make it this business, you got to go through me first. Because if you can't go through me, you ain't shit.
So what we got next? We got Orton
and D-Bry.
Orton and D-Bry, no DQ.
That's a pretty fun match.
That was a fun match. It kind of ended in atypical WWE creative fashion.
Right. And then go commercial comeback, Paul
Heyman.
He's had the sweet video package.
Sweet video montage. I like who does those voiceovers. There's no benefit to letting Lesnar end the streak. because he is not a full-time guy.
I don't think he even cares in that streak.
No.
That's probably not my view. I mean, the only person now that I want to see in the streak next year would, if they keep on Bray Wyatt with this run, I think he might be. I think even the Undertaker would be like, all right,
We'll follow the buzzards and rest in peace.
oh yeah, dude, it'd be.
That's if WWE Creative don't fuck this up.
We got Goldust and Fandango next.
Yeah, speaking of real men.
So it was all right. I like Goldust is entertaining.
He's entertaining and
He's still really good for being like fucking wrestling forever.
40s.
Yeah.
I was just glad it wasn't a Rhodes tag team match. Cody Rhodes, he's a great wrestler. He's got some good spots, but he's got the charisma of moldy cheese. I mean,
All right.
he's just boring.
We have Kane in the ring. It says that there's no way that Daniel Bryan could get all those people into the ring last week, that he had help from somebody in Memphis. So they accuses King. You know, it's like, come here and take your punishment. So King's like, oh, I'm gonna get a ring. And that's when the Shield music hits.
Yes.
They come down, you know, help Jerry into the ring. That's when Seth Rollins is like, I know what you're thinking, but Daniel Bryan's not coming out to save you tonight.
Oh.
We're like, oh no. It's like, that's when they, you know, drop the microphone, and then the Shield turns around to face Kane. I'm like, uh-oh. And then they do the typical Shield beat down on Kane.
Yep. Yeah.
So, then we have the Divas match.
Which was
Yawn.
which Pirate Naomi went over AJ.
I think she's overrated. Not a big fan of Naomi, just saying. I like if one of her finishing moves is jumping, turn around and jump in her ass into another girl's face, and that's your finishing move. She did try to split leg moonsault last night. I guess she might be one of the that probably do that.
Probably.
But it didn't look very good.
I was digging the eye patch. I tweeted out, "Arrgh. Who's in the Hall of Fame? Mr. T.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame. And then you could put a list of who's not in the Hall of Fame that should be.
Or let me just roll that out.
Right.
But Roddy Piper would probably even object to him being in the Hall of Fame because Piper can't stand him.
Yeah, I think they should have Piper inducted. That'd be fun.
With the stool at him.
I'm really pissed.
I pity the stool.
Man.
Hijack Hall of Fame. Hashtag Hijack Hall of Fame.
That won't work because people are morons.
So, you know, they'll probably have snipers in the rafters. That just, once two people get shot, everybody's going to be like,
Alright, shut up. Now we have the 8-man tag. I didn't even know who won that match.
Big Show over Sandow.
Oh, right, because he's the favorite to win the Andre the Giant.
This was a warm-up match for that match, for the Royal.
But according to Michael Cole, everybody's the favorite to win that match.
Exactly.
Ziggler, he's the favorite. Big Show, he's the favorite to win the match. I'm like, have you even seen the reports that they might put this on the pre-show now?
you gotta have this match at least open up.
I mean, you're gonna put 30 superstars on a pre-show. That's a big fuck you to everybody that's in the. Oh, you're not getting your pay-per-view money anyway. We won't put you on a pre-show. So then we have the Bray Wyatt Kofi match, which was a huge squash match.
That's basically.
Kofi's got destroyed. All over the place.
Kofi's like the one guy who one week will be like a number one contender for the Intercontinental title,
And then squash.
Next week he's a jobber.
Well, just because the fans love him so much, like, oh, we need this heel guy to go over. Who do we get? Who's the crowd love? Oh, Kofi. Now we're with the Brian Trips face to face, which I thought was. You had to watch this online because your cable box took a shit. Brian and Trips face to face. This is where Brian, Trips comes out. Says nothing personal. It's all business. Talks about the burden of being, running the company, being the man, all the pressure. He has no choice but to stop the yes movement.
Stop. No.
And then that's when Trips goes, talking about like all this shit I put you through, blah 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 blah. You won't stay down. And he's like, I actually have respect for you. And then you hear respect. They're like, oh, it's Vicky Guerrero. No, it's not Vicky Guerrero. It's Stephanie McMahon. Because a lot happened last week. I'm pressing charges. I'm arresting you. You're getting arrested tonight. 8 cops come out, which don't even look like cops. They have nightsticks.
8 NXT guys.
Oh yeah, you know the
outfits.
eight local guys from San Antonio. That's what Chitsky's like. All right, guys, all right. Yeah, you're not even real cops anyway. I thought that was pretty funny. He's like, besides, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and just proceeds to destroy Daniel Bryan.
The show opened up strong. It finished strong. You know, it was a decent show.
Seriously, I marked out on that. Marked out.
Go to markoutmafia.com or markoutmafia.info. You can see videos right now. I'm working on the merchandise line, but I got it there for you.
Mark out! Do it! Mark out!